What up, Stokers? Welcome to the podcast. Before you do anything, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, because that helps spread the stoke and boost it into the algo. And that fires me up. Guys, we are going to be in St. Louis this Wednesday and then Indianapolis this Thursday. So make sure you get your tickets at chadandjt.com. It'll be a nice pre-Christmas show. If you're in the area, come check us out. chadandjt.com for tickets.
What's with me? Going deep. Chad and JT.
Twist the niblets and let's put the gravy in my ass. What's going on, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad JT podcast. I'm here with my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And we are awaiting our guest, Zachirific. He will be here shortly. I think he's closing a deal with Tesla right now. How you living?
Good, dude. Just hanging.
Yeah.
Lifted. Went to my gym with the kid.
Just one?
Mm-hmm. Wednesdays is the day for both.
Boy or girl today? Nice.
Bleep that.
Did she crush it?
Yeah, she's a beast.
What kind of, so my gym is a gym for kids, or like little ones. What kind of obstacles did she encounter?
She did a swing. She did a toboggan slide. She did a ball pit. She did some climbing up like a gymnast wall.
Nice.
It's fire.
That's sick.
She crushes it every time.
That's awesome. Do you think she's going to be a gymnast?
She could. She's pretty good at somersault, and she seems to have good proprioception.
What's your dream sport for her? Field hockey?
No. Probably.
Ice skating?
If we're going that time of year, I think it would be the downhill and skiing.
Dude.
Or slalom.
Well, you know what you need? You know what you need for downhill, right?
What?
Fire quads.
I have good quads. I think she'll be good at that.
Dude, I mean, are you going to do squats with her?
I'm 3/4 of the way through building a belt squat machine in the garage.
For her?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I don't want to put pressure on their spines when they're young, but I think it's going to be pretty badass to get their legs big before they hit pre-K.
Well, it's like surfing. You want to get that muscle memory and you want to get that, that into your noggin. And having good lift form, when you have that kind of elasticity in your brain, I don't even know where I would be if I had that. You know what I'm saying?
I do sometimes rue the fact that my parents didn't put more of a premium on that.
Yeah, like my dad was teaching me how to read, and I'm like, yeah, but how about like a clean,
My parents didn't even teach me how to read.
That's right, you can't read. How is that?
It's hard because I lie about it a lot.
Yeah, you post stories on your Instagram about the books you read. And I'm like, but you can't even read
or write. So thanks to my brother for putting all that up.
Yeah,
he learned how to. He had a different life than me because my parents sent him away with my TO in Miami.
Well, what if you get to like a fast food restaurant and there's no pictures on the menu?
Like, what do I eat?
How do you order?
I get it wrong sometimes. Like,
yeah.
I'll be at a Taco Bell and I'll be like, burger.
Oh, damn, really?
And it's confusing too.
Yeah.
Because the people look the same at all the different fast food places.
I remember one time we were at actually that happened. We were at Del Taco and you ordered a burger. They gave you just a huge burrito. And we literally were in the drive-thru and he just stared at the cashier for like 10 minutes. Not in like a mean way, just confused.
Yeah. I do think though not being able to read has made me better with like abstract perception.
How so?
I think they say people who can't read are like better at putting puzzles together and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Like they have a better like non-literal brain.
That's crazy.
I heard that.
Are you good with puzzles?
No.
Damn.
But
Are you good at anything?
Yeah. Self-awareness.
Oh, that's huge.
That's one of the biggest, honestly.
Your parents taught you that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Because they used to pick on me for not being able to know how to read.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, even like in your 30s, I remember seeing your dad, and he was like, JT, like, he got you a book for your birthday, and just started laughing.
But dude, when you're not around, my dad talks massive shit on you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he calls you like a bitch and a pussy and a cuck, and yeah,
Wow.
he says you're probably the weakest of all the guys I know.
Damn, really?
Yeah. And he says that when he's talking to your dad on the phone.
Shit, that explains my dad's recent change in behavior towards me.
And your mom's on the phone too.
Whoa. Are our parents just really mean?
No.
Damn. Why does he think I'm such a bitch?
Oh, dude, it's a long list. I can't remember it because I can't. It was so long.
Wow.
But the top one was just essence.
Just a bitch essence?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that?
No, I love you. I think you're the best.
That's so mean. All right, should we end the pod there?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Oh, Mr. Parr, if you're listening to this, stop, please. Just stop.
You can call him names too.
You're a bitch.
That's right.
You hear that? You're a cuck. You're a fucking cuck, dude. Yeah, what's up?
Mr. P, suck my D.
Yeah, Mr. P, why don't you suck it? Damn. I heard what you said. Why don't we head outside and settle this right now?
That'd be cool. I'd love to watch you fist fight my dad.
That'd be intense. He definitely has OMS.
What's that?
Old man strength.
Oh yeah, he's pretty strong. If you try to like, one time I thought he was stealing my vape,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to grab it, and he grabbed my hand, and then I started wrestling him, and he said it was because he thought I was gonna grab his cigarettes.
Oh, wow.
We both thought the other one was gonna throw away the other one's nicotine,
Wow.
and so we started like hand fighting.
Interesting. That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, you try to be different, you know? I was like, I'm never going to smoke. And then one day, I started ripping that E. The
E-vape.
Vaporulo. Jason Vaporulo.
You remember the first vape? I think it was called like Blue something. What's his face? The guy who he was in True Detective season 3.
Steven Dorff.
Steven Dorff. Those commercials, you remember those?
No.
He did these. Sorry, it's just Zachirific. He did these commercials where he's just ripping e-cigs in Malibu, and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Started vaping right there before it was even like before Juul, before before Call of Duty, before Halo 2. I was ripping e-cigs.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Not gonna brag, but
I'm trying to think, like, if I remember when you did that. But then I do remember you, like, saying Dorff a lot.
yeah.
Like, you'd be like, bro, I'm blading. You were like, it's Deuces Wild. And I was like, what are you talking about?
The Dorff dude.
And you were like, it's true, bro. Detective season.
Yeah. That's detective season.
Mm-hmm.
We are brought to you by the legends at Chubby's. Hey fellas, are you spending the holidays with your new partner's family and want to make a good impression? Well, you can make a great first impression with Chubby's. Chubby's is perfect for nailing that holiday look while keeping things relaxed and fun. From family dinners to holiday parties, Chubby's has you covered so you can focus on being yourself and letting the good vibes roll. Check out their website for their best deals of the year. Folks, for a limited time, our friends at Chubby's are giving our listeners 20% off with the promo code GODEEP20 at checkout at chubbysshorts.com. That's 20% off your order with the promo code GODEEP20. Support our show and tell them we sent you this holiday season. Gift yourself and your loved ones with Chubby's.
Dude, I watched The Substance last night. Have you seen that?
No.
Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. I might have put too much Qualley on her last name there. It's like 2.5 hours long. It's way too long. Kind of abusive that way. But they're both naked for huge chunks of it.
Wait, who?
Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley.
Whoa. This new movie that just came out?
Mm-hmm.
They're naked for a lot of it?
Yep. Huge chunks.
How naked?
Everything.
Whoa.
And Margaret Qualley, she has boob prosthetics on it. I Googled it. Because I wanted to know. But the camera is very like voyeuristic. Like it stays on their naked body for a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How's Demi?
She looks great. They're both beautiful.
Damn, dude. That just got me kind of torqued up.
Yeah, it's a lot like The Fly. It's a lot of like body horror. Like they make you suffer for it.
Oh, it's like not cool.
It's cool at first, and then it starts getting like ripped apart and bloody and messy and weird. But no, there's parts that are
Is it like a horror?
Yeah, body horror kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh.
But if you're like 12 or 13, you could crank to it, no doubt.
So should I just watch like the first 15 minutes?
Probably.
It's sort of like Below, like you watch the first half and then you don't watch the second.
Just dip. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just watch a little bit of that before the horror starts.
It gets a little bit too much with that. It's funny, but I was like, all right, come on. Enough. The story's not even moving. But they both look great. And she's Andy McDowell's daughter.
Yeah, no, isn't that wild?
Mm-hmm. And then that Grace Abrams girl who's like singing with Taylor Swift and has that song that like Nikki Glazer walked out to.
Uh-huh.
She's J.J. Abrams' daughter.
What the fuck, dude?
That one annoyed me the most. Normally I don't care about nepotism. Like I've always been like, look, Martin Luther King's dad was a pastor. JFK's dad was the richest man in America. Winston Churchill's dad was in parliament. Like, so, you know, they come from smart people who are successful and then they just try to keep it moving forward and towards progress. But when I found out Gracie Abrams' dad was J.J. Abrams, I was like, shut up.
Yeah, you know, I used to have a similar outlook on just a similar view on nepotism as you, but the more you learn about people in Hollywood, the more you're like, it's everyone.
It's too much.
It's really annoying.
And I'm like a privileged guy, but so it's kind of nice having them because I'm like, oh, it must be nice.
Right.
They're like the only people who have it harder, easier than me.
Yeah.
But it is annoying. Like where
it's
I'm
very
like,
annoying.
Yeah.
Is she good?
Yeah, her music rips. She's good.
Yeah.
And it's I think her biggest song is like really good. It's like a pop sensation. It's poppy good.
Well, if she's good, then that.
She's gorgeous too.
Yeah. It's chill. Never mind.
Yeah, it's all fine individually. It's just the totality of it is bothersome.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just like, I think part of the beauty of Hollywood a lot of the time is that like most people seem to have these wild stories or these kind of rags to riches stories where they like, or they just like, you know, where they were like in the trenches for like 10 years, just getting after it and working hard. And then they rise to the top, you know, like Harrison Ford or something. Mm-hmm. And then when you hear that they, you know, their dad was like J.J. Abrams, you're like, kind of ruins it a little bit.
It does.
And I'm not hating on their talent. Most of these people are super talented. So, but it's just, you know, a lot of it is the story too.
I agree. Like, what do you got to say?
Yeah.
It's not as interesting as someone who like came off the bus from Ohio
Yeah.
Didn't know anybody. Or Iowa.
Yeah. Jake.
Oh yeah.
Like you're a
Appreciate
hayseed. Wait, dude, were people giving us guff on the Reddit? They were saying we were not showing you proper respect, Jake.
No, I think that person was just like misunderstanding. They thought that like I didn't know that you guys were joking, and I don't know. I'm just
About the moose knuckle
I
thing?
guess, yeah, I don't know. But
Because I was pretty pissed, man.
yeah, I mean,
I went home and I was breaking stuff. And we met Beef Nips too up in San Francisco last week.
He was a legend.
Great guy, sweet dude.
I mean, I love all these names here. Cream Jeans, Mom Lem, Hugh Janus, Sauce Boy, Fresh Pair of Pants, Nikki Glazer, Booty Snorkeler. I mean, it's a well-rounded list of just the best people.
You know, Mom Lem and me have been talking because in Burbank they were gonna maybe execute a dog
Oh yeah, that's right.
because it
yeah.
went ham on its
the
neighbor.
Pipple.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Mom Lem was working hard to make sure the dog was, kept alive. And then it got marked as a dangerous animal, and a lot of people were offended by that. They thought it was like discrimination,
Right.
and they think the lady might have provoked it. I'm more in the middle.
Well, so people argue that the lady provoked the dog.
Yeah.
But you're more like the dog's prone to violence. It should be.
I think we are a little too protective of dogs, and by a little I mean way too protective of dogs
Right.
in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think I used to be on the side of protect all dog. I obviously I love dogs, but when you have a dog and then you go to the dog park and you see dogs that should not be in the dog park and people are just irresponsible, they're on their phone and their dog is just attacking other dogs, you're like, get that fucking dog out of here.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. People, like they say with like voting or whatever, or driving, you need a driver's test. I think people need a dog test. They need, like, if you're gonna get a Malinois, a German Shepherd, a Pit Bull, you need to be. It's like getting a gun. You need to be well trained, or just have a sense of what you're doing, because you could just have a sweet animal, but you could be, raising a weapon if you're not doing it properly. So
I 100% agree. And I don't think the dog should be euthanized. I'm not saying that. That's not cool. But, if your dog has been biting people, it might have to stay inside a lot.
yeah, or just be respectful of other, I remember I was walking my dog to the park, and then this mom and her daughter had two dogs in their car. It was like a Suburban, and we were walking by, and the dogs were like snapping at Lola as I was walking by. I was like, oh, get out of here. And we go to the dog park. Those dogs come in, and I'm at the other end of the park, and literally within like 5 minutes, they attack Lola. And the mom and the daughter are just on their phones. And I had to like run in and grab her, and I was like, what are you guys doing? And yeah, it's just, people are idiots.
Dude, I think subconsciously they want to inflict violence.
Yeah.
I think they feel somewhat neutered in their own lives,
Mm-hmm.
and they're disconnected from their own anger. And so there's a part of them that gets a vicarious rush from their dog doing damage.
Yeah, 100%.
Wait, scroll up.
100%.
Mom Lem has some extra information on, I think I want to get it right. They caught the head of animal control lying in court about the dog being aggressive. It was on her body cam. Whoa.
Interesting.
So why did the head of dog control do that? Just
There's something similar happening in Venice. This homeless lady had a.
they always find the sweetest photos
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
dogs. They're like, they're gonna euthanize this dog, and it's like the cutest, cuddliest picture.
Well, dude, what about that squirrel? Did you hear about the squirrel in New York?
No.
There's like a famous like Instagram squirrel that these people had, a pet squirrel, and I think the state of New York or the city of Manhattan, whatever, They thought it had been exposed to rabies, so they euthanized it. And apparently it wasn't exposed to rabies, but I'm not sure if this is correct, but I think they chopped its head off.
Whoa. Only licensed wildlife rehabilitators can legally rescue squirrels. And to legally keep a domesticated wild animal. Whoa, dude. I can read.
Did you just read?
It also has to be registered to be an educational animal. Go to the next paragraph, Jake. We were ready to comply. We were ready to GOTS the purper. We were in the pocket.
Paperwork?
Oh, dude, I'm losing it. Shit.
You had it, dude. That was fantastic. You read so quickly.
That sucked. I almost could read again.
Did you want to try it again?
No, it's too embarrassing. I hate not being able to read in front of people. What story from elementary school do you think was most impactful on your psychology?
Like a book?
Yeah.
From elementary school?
I was thinking,
Holes.
Oh yeah, Holes was good.
Yeah. Holes was sick. What about you?
I was thinking about the Giving Tree.
Oh, Giving Tree's tight.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Is there another tree one?
It's almost like the Giving Tree's almost like I think it's so we'll go easier on our parents, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like your parents give you everything and you just kind of take it without thinking about it. But I also think it like sets people up for toxic relationships.
Interesting.
Like this is what dating in your 20s is going to feel like.
What other books did they...
The
Huck Finn made me want to like go on a raft and tan.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The fables from childhood, like I remember Rikki Tikki Tavi about the mongoose. The Rudyard Kipling story. Oh, Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, I like Shel Silverstein. I didn't like Roald Dahl.
No, his
I'm
was
gonna throw that out there.
weird.
Too weird.
There was like a weird macabre darkness in it.
Yeah, I don't like Willy Wonka.
James and the
He's a
Giant
perv.
Peach.
Charlotte's Web, sick.
Yeah, you do get kind of pedo vibes from all of it.
Yeah, it's too weird.
No
Roald Dahl,
disrespect.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say it on the pod. Roald Dahl's a pedo.
But no disrespect.
What else? The Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe.
Yup. The Cat in the Hat.
I mean, huge. My favorite book as a young one, Goodnight Moon. Have you read that to your kids yet?
No. I think we have it though.
Do you know Goodnight Moon?
I only know it because you've mentioned it.
I love Goodnight Moon.
Weren't you going to write a new one?
Yeah.
About how like the moon's not real?
Yeah, Goodnight Fake Alien Satellite. And it's like Goodnight Alien Satellite. Goodnight Mind Control Weapon launched into the universe by the Anunnaki aliens. Good night, Alex Jones.
I always thought that was such a good idea.
Speaking of aliens, have you heard the latest theory on what those drones are?
Yeah, those orbs or whatever.
Yeah, what are they?
Could be something crazy. And none of the detectives or anybody knows anything about it.
I thought it was the Iranians.
Yep.
I'm serious. I read that. Is that not true? Like someone's like it's Iran.
Isn't it?
Is Iran aliens?
I guess that could be true. Maybe it's just like illegal aliens, you know, like a different type of alien.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, so I have this watch that like it's it's for training. It says I'm not doing too hot right now, dude.
Like recovery wise?
Yeah. My heart rate variability unbalanced.
Oh no.
Training readiness level 1 poor. Time to slow down. Am I gonna die?
No, you're solid.
Because your dad texted me just now and said you're gonna die, bitch.
He sends that to like 30 people a day.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah, don't take it personal. Dude,
Okay.
speaking of Iran, Syria fell so fast.
Yeah.
Assad is out. And I think part of the reason it fell so fast is because they asked for backup from Iran and Russia, but they're both so preoccupied in other conflicts that they didn't have the resources to help or the bandwidth.
Damn. So what's going on now?
I mean, there's a mad grab for who's going to be in the top seat.
And who are the rebels? What? Because I saw that the rebels took over the capital, but who are the rebels?
I think it's a few different factions,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they're downplaying their more extreme views if they have them right now, so that they'll be more like palatable to the outside world.
Okay.
But I think there's nervousness that once they get in there, they'll be hardliners.
Right.
I might have that wrong, but that's what I've been seeing.
I've just read the headlines.
It's nutso but gutso.
I mean, have you listened to podcasts on it or read it? Like, what do people have a? What are people saying about the future of Syria?
I don't think they know yet. I think it's pretty up for grabs.
And then they asked Iran, but Iran said that we're doing this drone thing on the East Coast.
Yeah, the Assad, before he dipped, was like, yo, you guys normally help me out in these situations. And they were like, brother, not today. We're busy. We're fighting other fights.
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, that's about it for me.
Dude, that would suck if you're a dictator and you have allies and then people are coming for you. Like, if I were to message you and I'd be like, dude, rebels are trying to break into my compound right now, and you left me on read.
No,
And-
I would not do that.
But do you think, like, dictators and world leaders have with their phone, my phone will say, like, Instagram, JT Parr, Strider, Joe Marisi, Matt Moscow. Do you think theirs are, like, Russia, Iran,
Mm-hmm.
China,
He
North
went through
Korea?
all the homies. None of them
And they
had
all
his
left him on
back.
read.
They were like, sorry, dog. Yeah, they might not even have responded. They might have just been like, are you guys coming?
Yeah, he's like, bros, don't worry, I got this. Hey, Putin?
Shit's getting kind of heavy here. Hey, Ayatollah, shit's getting kind of heavy here. When you rolling? He's like, yeah, I'll be there soon, dude. He's like, all right, well, sooner the better, because it's just not good vibes right now.
Hey, dude, what's your ETA?
I'll be there soon.
I'll tell you one thing. If we were getting attacked by rebels, I wouldn't text Zachirific.
No, I would not count on him to protect my father's empire. He would be like, yeah, I'll get there when I get there. I'm like, well, my fucking head's going to be chopped off, dog.
Yeah. He's like, bro,
Did you see what they did at Gaddafi in Libya? These guys go nuts.
I have a prior commitment.
Man, you got to schedule conflict. What are your all's thoughts on the whole Jay-Z thing? I'm gonna let that play out before I weigh in. I'm not in a rush to speak on it.
It is like a crazy, maybe it's like a culture shift or something, but this is like one of the few times where someone gets accused of something and they don't have to like step down from a position or like, because he still is doing the Super Bowl voting and he's on the committee still. So either it's not
really?
that serious of allegations or, I don't know.
It's always weird. Like, no one is, I guess because it's not all one organization, but it's very inconsistent how people get dealt with.
Well, I think too, when Diddy went down, we were all like, yeah, he seemed kind of evil. This makes sense. Also, the lube is hilarious. And then they were like, but also Jay-Z. And we're like, that's enough rappers for 1 year. Don't take away Jay-Z.
And we get tired of stuff. We're like, oh, yeah. We already kind of had our main entree with Diddy.
Yeah.
That was like a big T-bone steak. And now
Yeah.
you're like, hey, do you also want a New York strip? And it's like, no, I already ate.
Yeah.
I'm good. Give me a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Let me digest, and then I'll be ready to eat more
Yeah.
celebrity pervert.
Like if they came out tomorrow and they're like Eminem too, and I'd be like, shut up, dude.
I know. It's like enough. Find me a pedophile from a different musical genre.
Yeah.
Dude, sort of tangential, but similar. I watched Jamie Foxx's special.
What'd you think?
Horrendous. I love Jamie Foxx. I think he's so talented, and I'm so glad he's alive. And he went through something traumatic and unique, and I can't imagine what he's going through and what he's had to overcome. But as a piece of 1 hour art,
Yeah.
it's a disaster.
I mean, I watched the first 20 minutes. I was like, this is a little over the top, but I was like, what did happen, Jamie?
It takes a while for him to get there.
Yeah.
And he kind of just keeps saying, Atlanta saved my life.
Yeah.
And dude, at one point, me and my lady were both like, no, we get it, but what happened, man?
Yeah.
Like, they edited it. It feels like he was on stage for like 8 hours,
Uh-huh.
and it got edited with like garden shears. Like,
Yeah.
I was just watching like, what? And then my lady kept being like, is it a stand-up special? I was like, I think he does bits later.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of up there existing.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No, it's impossible.
How far did you get?
It's 25 minutes, but that was incredible that I made it that far. I was duking it out with my own patience. It was brutal. Dude, he resets the premise. He's like, Atlanta saved my life. Atlanta saved my life. And they're like, we love you. And he's like, psh, I love you too. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
It's the number one thing in the country right now, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I think people just like if you're like my mom, you're like, I love Jamie Foxx. I've seen like 6 movies with him that he's awesome in. I want to hear what happened to him.
Is it getting reviewed well?
Not by me. I just watched other Jamie Foxx stuff. I was like, I'll watch his Trump impression that time he destroyed that guy at the roast, at the Emmett Smith roast, which is kind of mean.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it has 100%, but only on 6 reviews. It's crazy.
Well, I think people are afraid to give it a bad review because he's kind of like had a stroke.
Yeah.
And if a critic would be like, this is trash.
Well,
to write this is trash.
it's bad though. It is. It's shot bad. It's like the angles are weird. Like it'll go, the continuity is like pretty sloppy. Not to be a dick. Like I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying it'd be really funny if like his thing is like, this is like me. This is a story about how I had a stroke and I came back to life, and now I'm back. I went through a tough journey, and then the critic writes in like, The Guardian. He's like, this is trash.
I mean, Atlanta saved my life. Atlanta saved my life. I recommend everyone try to watch it.
Someone writes, nice special dumbass.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No.
Yeah, it's impossible. Dude, there's the moment too where it turns, where he like is like, all right, I'm gonna get into it. He's like, he cries.
Yeah.
And it looked like acting to me.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, you're not actually crying.
I bought it.
The first time he got on the stool and he turns out of it so quick though.
Yeah, maybe I'm dumb, but I bought it.
I'm not saying he's not sad about almost dying. I'm sure he is. I just mean the way that it was conveyed in that moment felt. I was just at home like, nah.
Yeah, I was in the hotel room in San Francisco. I was like, oh fuck, dude, he's crying.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm glad he's alive. I love Jamie Foxx. He's one of the most talented dudes around.
Does he have a new movie coming out? Dude, all the movies are coming out now. Or maybe it's just some of the trailers I've seen lately. I'm like, what is this? Because you see like trailers for comedies and you're like, comedies didn't used to be this dumb.
No, all the comedies are bad. There's some good dramas. Did you see Juror Number 2, the Clint Eastwood movie?
Mm-hmm.
That movie's good. It starts super slow, but that one's good. Honora's good. Heretic's good. There's some good movies.
The comedies
are awful.
like I don't. What happened?
When you say dumb, like you just think
The jokes are like, it's just it's so over the top. Like you see a trailer and it's like Will Ferrell wrestling an alligator, which I guess they did in Happy Gilmore, but the alligator's in Will Ferrell's bed. And you're like, it's like him throwing an alligator out of a window. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Just get naked and do a beer bong.
I think like some of my favorite comedies back in the day were like the ones that were like really dumb, but maybe I like have you ever seen like Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell?
Yeah, that one's got some funny parts.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know, I just think like some stuff if it's super dumb, but maybe just the jokes aren't connecting. I don't know.
Well, is it also like all the funniest people are doing like it's you, like Jake, you're more plugged in. You like Drewski or someone like that. Like he would have made Happy Gilmore 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But now he just does his like streams with Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart. I'll watch bits from that. I'm like, yeah, this looks like a comedy movie.
Right.
Like they do like kind of well orchestrated bits, but it feels organic.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are making their own content on like YouTube, but yeah, and the productions are way smaller now too. Like it's not like Lionsgate giving people these money or somebody like that. It's just these guys find cameramen, buy cameras, and like shoot it in their backyard, and that's the comedy.
Yeah.
And the people that complain, they say it, got too political or woke. I'm like, I know, I get it, but like, shut up.
But that's the thing. I was watching a trailer. I was like, I don't even think this is like woke or political. This just looks bad. Guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we are brought to you by Chubbies. Guys, Chubbies is epic. They have super fun trunks. They have cool flannels right now. They have cool winter wear. They have cool joggers. I mean, they have a cool t-shirts. They've expanded into the all kind of apparel company, and it's sick. And when you wear Chubbies, you let people know that you are looking fresh and you're down for a good time. And it's also Christmas time, so if you're looking to be ultra cozy, try their comfort clothes. They'll keep you feeling warm and looking better as the weather gets progressively worse and worse. From their flannels to their warm pullovers to their cozy quarter zips, Chubbies has all the fall-ready threads for that outdoor football game, pumpkin patch adventure, or a weekend bonfire. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off your order with our exclusive code. Use code GODEEP20 at chubbyshorts.com. I've been rocking their flannel. I've been rocking their khakis. And I've been rocking a sick tee from them. They've probably seen in videos. And it's epic. I love it. Guys, Chubbies is the best. Support our show and tell them we sent you. This holiday season, gift yourself and your loved ones with Chubbies.
In local news, LA City Council came out with their new zoning laws, and they're not going to upzone any single home neighborhoods. We're already in a housing deficit. If you're only staying in low income areas and knocking down low income buildings, you're not creating a large enough net effect to bring down the overall cost of homes. You claim to look out for the people, but then you vote 10-5 to keep up the same zoning laws that happened during redlining in the 1930s that were totally predicated on racist intentions and classist intentions. This city was designed to have housing capacity for 10 million people. We could do it, but 3/4 of the city is zoned to only be able to build a single family home with a yard. That is just not a tenable outlook for a solid integrated city. Y'all need to do your jobs. Or what we got to do, they're going into the state legislature right now. The state needs to take away a city's ability to do its own zoning. Like, I don't think California's called out LA yet because they look at LA as like a leader. Like, LA should be, the tip of the spear for the state's policies. but they don't want to be beefing with LA.
Mm-hmm.
They need to. They need to come at us and say, hey, we did our RHNA numbers. You guys are going to fall drastically short. So we're taking away your municipal powers, and we're going to design the city with some just clean, simple code.
Why do they keep making such dumb policies? What's the problem?
Because I think it's because when they have these meetings, I put it partially on the people. Is like when we go to meetings, how many people go to the meetings and are like, hey, we need to build this building here? Very few. But how many people come in and are like, do not build this building here?
Right.
A ton.
Yeah.
So the loudest voices are the people complaining about the change.
Yeah.
And then people think, oh, well, what we need to do is have like the community come together to build, and we'll have like a community outlook on it. You don't want that.
Right.
You get 100 people saying 100 different things that don't want to work together. There's
Yeah.
too many special interests playing off of each other.
Right.
The government needs to be unlikable and do what's best for our long-term like livability.
Why do you think California got so messed up?
A bunch of like housing wise, I think CEQA, like the environmental protection stuff, it's like it's so it wasn't meant for every developer to be a part of that. It was only supposed to be for like government construction, and then it got expanded by like a court decision to apply to like all building. But it's impossible to pass. It's like to pass through it's all of its different needs and policies, because anytime you build anything, it's going to have somewhat of a negative impact on where you're building.
Mm-hmm.
And so things just get shot down all the time because of it.
Mm.
And yeah, we just have like, we make builders and developers go through more hoops than are even legally necessary. It's just too long of a process.
Cream Jeans is saying equity is over affordable housing. You can't have his home's value drop from 1.5 to 1.2 million dollars.
I think that's a big thing too, is that it's easy to be like, oh, developers are the rich people who are like, they just want to take money from the poor. It's like, well, they're actually building low income housing that could help people who don't have much money.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the citizens in the neighborhoods who don't want to see their home value drop because there's, you know, a quadplex on their street.
Right.
It's hard. I understand why people feel that way, but it's kind of like, I think of it like a utilitarian perspective. It's like, we got to figure out what's going to help the most people. And you don't have to build like huge vertical apartment buildings in single family home neighborhoods, but you might have to build like, you know, 4 apartment quads or 6plexes or somewhere in that vicinity. The buildings are kind of ugly.
He's almost here.
And I get where people are coming from too. Like you think about like Houston has no zoning. The city looks insane. Like its skyline looks crazy.
Yeah, you're driving around. I was like, what the hell is going on?
but it's affordable to live there. So there is a trade-off.
Yeah.
Where you're like, look, the city's going to look a little aesthetically weird.
Here's one thing I thought of. Like,
B. Tolliver's joking. He was being sarcastic.
Here's one thing I was thinking, because I saw your story about building upzoning in wealthy neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But what I guess one thing I was thinking is,
oh, he's not joking. B. Tolliver's not joking.
Is let's say they build affordable housing in, or like they upzone wealthy neighborhoods. Does that drive the wealthy people out and then lower tax income?
No, I think you would make up for it on aggregate. I don't think people would fly out of there either if we were integrating most of the city. No. And also if it's Prop 13, if the house was owned, like a lot of houses are passed down generationally, no one before like 1977 is paying property taxes on their home.
Oh, get the rent control thing?
No, they passed a prop in like 77, I think it was, Prop 13, where basically if you own your house right now, you don't have to pay your property taxes don't go up going forward.
Interesting.
And that hurt cities a lot. That killed us tax-wise. So no, I don't think so.
Right, because those people, like let's say they have a house in Beverly Hills, because of Prop 13, they're not paying as much property tax, so they're less incentivized to move.
Yeah. So people hold
Gotcha.
on to their houses forever.
Interesting. Cream jeans, you steal from self-checkouts?
Oh man, my girlfriend's mad.
What happened?
I used her conditioner today. She just texted me, "Why are you using my conditioner?" Why?
Why is she mad about that?
Because she loves her conditioner and she says I use too much when I use it.
Oh, you just pour it all out.
I don't think it's that bad, but she's pretty protective over it. I was out, honey. I'll replenish.
Are you, what kind of conditioner is it?
She's got a nice one.
Yeah.
I use a good one too, but she's got a really nice one.
You going to start buying hers?
I like the one I got, but if I'm out, I'm not, it doesn't hurt me to use hers. I feel pretty good about it, but hold on, we'll try this. Hopefully she's not too pissed. Get ready to cut all of this.
Hey, I'm not mad.
You might be now. You're on the pod.
Oh, cool.
Wait, so you're cool about me using your conditioner?
No, and by the way, your conditioner is sitting like
No,
inches away
that's
from
not
my
the.
conditioner. You just like
That's
mine.
not
I
the
can buy
normal.
you
That's not
another
the
one.
normal. That's the mask. I can't use the mask every day.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. You're the one who told me I can't, because I was, and you told me I couldn't.
It's not ideal, but it's okay.
No, honey,
It's
come
better
on.
than using my conditioner and then getting it all over the cap because it's like
I'm
all
s-
messy now.
I'm surprised you noticed. I was so subtle about it.
Are you really surprised I noticed?
No,
Of course I noticed.
I stuck like 3 fingers in that mofo.
Yeah, I can tell the way you scoop it out. It's just like with reckless abandon.
Oh, it's not like a squeeze
It's
thing?
not a squeezer.
It's like a tub?
It's a tub.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like a
wow.
tub, and he digs his fingers all the way down in and just scoops out a whole fistful of it.
Wow. I was like, how did you notice with the, like, if it's like Pantene or something? But if it's a tub, that's pretty noticeable.
Mm-hmm. And then you didn't screw the top on all the way. It was all askew.
Dude, no subtlety.
Dude, I was in a hurry, man. I didn't know Zachirific was going to be 9 hours late. I was like, I got to hustle. All right, honey. Well, I'm so sorry. I love you and the kids so much.
I love you too.
I'll pick up some condition on the way home.
No, that's even worse. I'll order more. Just don't buy anything. I'll do it. I'll
All
deal
right.
with it.
All right. So, well,
love you.
she's being extra. All right. Love you, sweetie.
Hi, Chad. Bye.
Bye.
Your conditioner is sitting right next. It's a mask. It's not conditioner. That's it. She's
How often do you use a
misrepresenting.
mask?
I was using it for a couple weeks. My hair wasn't in good shape. You're only supposed to use those like once a week.
Interesting.
You leave it in for like 5 to 10 minutes. It's like,
really?
yeah, it's a more heavy duty kind of treatment.
Oh. Yeah, I use Candy's conditioner now.
Of course, man.
But-
They know more about that stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, just keep buying this.
They're on the cutting edge with the health and beauty.
I used to get Pantene.
No, come on,
And then
man.
I used to get Garnier, and people were like, what are you doing?
Me too. And then she saw the stuff I had, and she was like, "This isn't gonna play."
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I went my whole life thinking that herbal essences was like the creme de la creme. And now it's like a whole new world.
Well, also when you're so young, anything works. Like I think we could have
Yeah.
been washing our hair with gasoline.
Well, and also, yeah, now I think one issue too is like the conditioner and the shampoo that our girlfriends use is usually you can't even understand the words on the bottle.
It's all different words.
I'm like, how am I supposed to know this? And they're like, well, it gives you more bounce. I don't know that.
I didn't even know that was a thing I was supposed to be striving for.
Bounce.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's like with my girlfriend. She's like, I like having my hair brunette because it has more bounce. I was like, wow. That's awesome.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I was like, what about Garnier? And she's like, no sex tonight. And I was like, fuck.
I mean, she changed my toothpaste, my deodorant. Like when I came in, I must have stunk like holy hell.
Dude,
Because she reworked my whole friggin' odor.
I've been using deodorant that Moscow recommended. It's like ashwagandha and no, it's like Palo Santo and like it's all natural.
Yeah.
Does not work.
Deodorant's one of the ones where I got to go industrial.
Yeah.
If you go like hippy dippy on the deodorant,
Yeah.
you don't want to be in an elevator with that guy.
Here's the and you know what? I stink more. I don't know if it's like so much that people are noticing, but maybe it's, I don't know. Have I stunk?
I haven't noticed.
Okay.
I would tell you, but I would trust that you probably smell more if you're using that. And then people are like, it takes a couple months to adjust.
Yeah, a degree. Dude, I used to put degree on. I would smell good for weeks.
It's powerful.
One application. You're literally putting like tinfoil on your armpit.
It works.
That smells fantastic.
Well, you don't want to be, in Moscow, actually, dude, I'm going to air him out. I had your back too. He's coming after you.
Oh, he's saying I'm not healthy.
He says you're a fake holistic guy.
Yeah. He came at me this morning. And you know what? He comes at me hard. You know what? Okay. I had something coming up this weekend, so I'm a little bit stressed. And he's like, do you want to go surfing? I'm like, I don't want to go surfing. And he got upset about that because the waves were good.
Oh, and now he's taking it out on your health.
Yeah, and he's like, are you going to be able to sleep tonight? I'm like, I'm going to take a Z-Quil, which is like NyQuil without the without the quill. Or whatever. It's without the cold medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, bro, you're not healthy. And I'm like, yeah, but it's going to put me to sleep. And also, working that, I've changed my philosophy where when you try so hard to be healthy, that's unhealthy.
100.
And I don't want to be stressed about being healthy all the time. I'm going to have Jersey Mike's. And I'm like, dude, I ran like 6.3 miles. And he's like, running's bad for you. Listen to Laird.
Yeah, he was bad mouthing running.
Yeah, and I was talking to Sean, our agent, because he does cycling. And he's like, you're supposed to run, bro. Like, everyone has a different theory. No one knows what they're doing with health.
I love what you're saying.
No one knows. And I'm sick of changing shit up every time.
Ferraro's eating 10 eggs a day.
He's eating 10 eggs. Yeah, it's too much. And I love Ferraro. He's jacked. I'm sure it's working great for him. But I'm going to have a goddamn sandwich.
And you like to run. Everyone's
like
got
to
a
run.
different thing they like to do that works for them. Mentally.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, I did some powerlifting today. I'm like, I know it's kind of bad for me, like my back, but I'm like, it makes me feel so good mentally.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that way better than when people are like, oh, but it's, it's...
You're not going to build as much like side delt doing a power lift as you would if you did lateral raises. I'm like, yeah, but it don't feel good for me to do lateral raises. It feels good for me to do like snatch.
Yeah. It's it's all
cut that into a clip.
It's all subjective.
And
it's all subjective.
And I think what you're saying is the absolute friggin' truth, Bagando, is you cannot be too hard on yourself about this S.
No.
Like, I've been good about my meditating, and then I wasn't going to be able to meditate before today. Like, before, and I'm like, I'm going to have a bad pod.
Right.
Because I can't meditate. I'm like, are you that much of a gentle pussy that, like, you miss one meditation, you're off, you can't do things, you can't be a functioning adult?
No, it's all, when you put conditions on, like, what you need to make you feel good. That's why I learned, like, a few years ago, I would have like a morning routine. It's so ridiculous. I have a morning routine. I do breathing. I do fucking ice bath. I do, I write down.
You were the man back then.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a mess. I write down all this shit. You know what I mean? And it would stress me out. And it would take up like an hour. And I'm like, this is so stupid. And then it's, I think, what you're saying is correct. Whatever makes you feel good is right. Unless it's like...
Unless cocaine and like heroin. Yeah,
cocaine. But like, unless it's like drugs. It's like, if it's like type 2 fun, meaning exercise, whatever. Or even like if you're eating, if you eat a meal and you love, like if you love a sandwich and you feel good about eating that sandwich, that's probably way better for you than eating raw liver and being like, this is disgusting and brutal. I don't know. I think it's all mindset.
I'm right there with you. They're the boys. Some of the boys. Ferraro's eating the raw liver now too.
Yeah.
I think he's cooking it.
Is it? Ew. It's you got to just eat it raw.
I ate it raw once.
Oh yeah. Did you eat like something? Remember you got something like raw at the farmer's market?
At the farmer's market.
Was it like the wrong? It was like veal or something.
Yeah, I was with a girl and she was like super into that stuff, and it was like our first date, and she's like, "Yeah, just eat it. It's fine." It was like bloody veal liver, and she just pulled it out. She's like, "It's all the same."
Yeah.
And I ate it. It's all I could think about for the rest of our date.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm got parasites swarming my body.
Yeah. It's too much, dude.
She stole it. That girl stole it. That, by the way, that girl I went on the date with, she stole some of my post-election coverage on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I was clicking through stories, and she stole like 2 of mine.
Like your questions
Just
or your
one,
comments?
Yeah, my comments.
Yeah.
And then I messaged her. I was like, "Hey, you stole this from me." And she's like, "I had the thought, and then I saw you had the thought, and then I thought, okay, I'll post it." I was like, "Yeah, it's called stealing."
Interesting.
Yeah, how does that feel? You know who would not do that? I'm with someone now. She doesn't steal. She accuses me of stealing.
Nice.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
That feels good.
That's right.
That feels good.
Dude, stoked we had Zach on today. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, wait, let me see.
Should we do a call?
Yeah. Is he close? Wanna wait for him?
No, we can't wait on this guy.
Remember the time where I set up the riffraff interview?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And then we waited for like an hour and 30 minutes? Yeah. I thought you guys were going to hate me forever.
Dude, I was pretty pissed.
You set this up, bro?
What?
Yeah, he's saying he's coming, but if y'all gotta go at 4, then it's just fucked. So should I say don't worry about it?
Yeah, maybe say that was not nice.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot cooler if you came.
Yeah.
I'm just out on guests. This is what I'm saying. It's like dating. It's like it puts you in a bad spot where you're like chasing it and then you don't feel worthy when it doesn't happen. And I'm like, let things come to you. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
All right, then fuck it. Let's dive into the calls.
Let's go. Whose side are you on in this whole Grace O'Malley Brianna chicken fry thing?
Dude, I don't know the beef. Tell me what's going on.
Oh man, it's heavy.
What's the beef?
Brianna ended the pod and she came out and said, I actually have no clue what I'm talking about. She came out and said, it's because Grace didn't have her back throughout the Zach relationship. Like she needed Grace to be there for her, but Grace took space because the relationship was too toxic.
Were they podcast partners?
Best friends too, like from before the podcast.
Oh, and they're no longer best friends.
They're broken up.
Because Grace didn't back up Brianna or wasn't there for her?
Yeah.
But Grace took space.
To protect her own mental.
Even
the way I'm laying that, though, it seems more favorable to Grace.
Yeah. But the more Brianna talks about it, the more I'm like on Grace's side.
Of course.
And you know what? It's like, talk about once and let it be. If you're going to make that your whole thing, then you love it.
Yeah, are you addicted to it in a way?
Yeah.
The conflict, the dramatics of it. The us versus them, the who's letting who down.
Yeah.
Hannah Berner nailed it. She was like, if you've been bragging about your friendship or relationship for a year and then the moment you guys break up, you're like, they were a piece of shit.
Yeah.
She's like, I feel gaslit.
Yeah.
It's true.
He said Zachirific just said,
He's here?
he said, we can do a quick 20. Should be there in a minute.
No, we're good.
Do you want to text him that?
Yeah, I'll text him that.
I said let's do it another time.
Yeah, that's the move.
Do you think Haktua girl's going to prison?
I don't know. I mean, does she deserve to go to prison?
People lost money.
I think legally she deserves it.
Legally, did she know what she was doing? Did she get
Yeah.
involved with the wrong people? I think that's most likely. I don't think she went into it being like, I'm gonna rug pull these people.
I think she's like the brother on Good Time.
Yeah, she didn't. I don't think she.
No, dude, she doesn't know what crypto is or what like a pump and dump is.
Yeah. I wonder if in the meetings they're like, yeah, we're gonna pump and dump this stock, and she's like, that's great.
Exactly. She said, sounds smart.
It sounds good.
Wait, so we'll make the most money, and then we have very little risk, and people get duped out of some cash, but they'll probably recover.
I don't think she even got that far.
Oh, well, dude, no, she doesn't belong in jail.
Zach's here.
No, we're not doing it. There's no way. There's no way. This is like, listen to the Offspring self-esteem. You just can't do it to yourself. We'll hang out with him off mic.
He's saying, can I say hi?
No. There's no way.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. I don't even think she got that far. To where she's like, oh, we'll dupe them. She's like, oh, pump and dump. That sounds nice. Is that way to get your stock up? And they're like, yeah, totally. And you're like, fantastic. Let me get that cryptocurrency.
Dude, we should go to bat for her.
Yeah.
We should support her. I love that girl. When she came out with that first clip, my heart's never been struck like that. It was magical. And then, society puts her on this roller coaster, and then we blame her for the loop-de-loops.
Yeah.
It's like I know all humans have agency. She doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We built her up, and then we destroyed her all within a year.
Yeah.
She didn't deserve that. She's
No.
Hawk Tua, bro. She's
She'll-
worth
she'll-
more than that.
She'll bounce back.
I hope so. Martha did. Martha Stewart's smart as shit, though.
You don't think Hawk 2 is the next Martha Stewart?
Dude, if my lady heard me say that, my lady worships Martha Stewart. She had a home in the same hometown as my lady. You can't say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Women do not play when it comes to Martha.
Martha Stewart.
All right. That was a good one. I think we made it happen, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Zach, for joining the pod.
Zach, thank you. That was a pleasure. Remember, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
True.
Also, if you were on the calling list, we're recording on Monday.
Oh, should we do one call first? Let's do a call just to us. We got a couple minutes.
Okay, yeah.
And then we cut
I
that
was
fake
gonna say,
goodbye.
we could do it on Monday when we're recording as well. It's up to you guys.
I think I'm spent.
You're spent. All right, let's bounce.
Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
If you need advice,